Welcome to MLC TV News Hour, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the Confluence State of Nigeria. I am J.N.J. Abalagbubu, and first the headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari swears in ARIWOOLA, Acting Chief Justice of Nigeria. Governor Yahaya Bello signs VAPP bill into law. Customs intercept Dangote trucks loaded with smuggled rice. And ANDAMAJU PINNICK charges Super FALCONS to get DECIMA. And now the news in detail. The Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello returns to Lokoja triumphantly as a mammoth crowd converged along Lokoja-Abuja Highway to welcome him to Lokoja State Government House after the All Progressives Congress primary election that produced Ahmed Tinubu as the flag bearer to contest the 2023 presidential election. Governor Yahaya Bello is described as a hero for being the only leader in the North Central to contest the presidential ticket of the APC primary election in a very long time. His emergence as the youngest with such boldness made many call him the hero of our time. Our reporter has more. From Gegu to Kotokafi down to Natako Junction and straight to Government House, Lokoja, where young, old men and women in their hundreds lined up to welcome the return of Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello to the state after the just concluded APC presidential primary election. It was a mammoth crowd that converged to celebrate him.
His Excellency the Executive Governor of Kogi State.
The governor was received at the government house by top government functionaries, APC stalwarts, traditional rulers, families, friends, and well-wishers. The state deputy governor Edward Onoja, who received Governor Yahaya Bello at Natako into the government house, Lokoja, described the mammoth crowd as a confirmation of the people's love for the governor. He thanked them for the show of love for Governor Yahaya Bello.
I like it when you said that we are just testing the microphone. At least Nigerians know that there is courage in Kogi State. Nigerians know that there is courage amongst the youth demography in Nigeria. I tell you, a lot of people have begun to wonder, did we make a mistake? Only time will tell. But we know you were out for the good of our nation. We have conquered. We have won. Even though we did not get a ticket, but you have spoken, and it is loud and very clear. Your Excellency, on behalf of the entire people of Kogi State, we welcome you. We are proud of you. We love you. And your development stride is beginning to resonate across the nation. That even in the depressed economy, Kogi is developing.
Onoja said the governor came back with great enthusiasm to consolidate on the achievements so far recorded in the governance of the state. Governor Yahaya Bello thanked the people and promised to continue to champion the cause that will further project the state positively. He said his participation has made him understand the game better.
The national leader of our party, distinguished Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Asiwaju of Africa, and our Jagaban emerged our presidential flag bearer. That is the winner number one. And the next winners starts from myself. Myself, the Executive Governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Yahaya Bello, speaking and addressing you today. There are several takeaways. If I hadn't contested, we wouldn't have gained the experience and lessons we have garnered today. Today, I know who Nigeria's elites are. Nobody will tell me. I will now tell you who they are. If I hadn't participated, I wouldn't know what Nigeria's politics is all about. If I hadn't participated, I wouldn't know that the knees of some people are on the neck of Nigeria.
He assured the people of adequate security of life and property at all times, saying APC will not fail.
If actually we want our dream to come true, we must ensure that APC win at all levels. From the president to governors, senators, reps, assemblies, chairmen and councillors across the country. I urge each and every one of us. Kogi State is for APC. APC is for Kogi State. The way we did it in 2015, we repeated that feat in 2019 for President Muhammadu Buhari. We must do it again in 2023 for Bola Ahmed Tinubu to emerge the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Governor Yahaya Bello was the only governor amongst others who contested without stepping down for the big wings of the APC and came fifth despite the youngest of them all. This singular act of his has further given him accolades amongst the youths and the citizens of Kogi State, who described his boldness to join the race as breaking the barrier and giving hope to the youths that the future is ripe and will soon recognize youths as leaders. Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello has sworn in Justice Josiah Joe Majebi as the new acting chief judge of the state. The event, which was held at the Glass House of Government House, Lokoja, was well attended by past state judges, government officials, friends and families of the new state acting chief judge. Governor Bello charged the acting chief judge to deliver without fear or favor. Our reporter has more.
The administering of oaths of office for the acting chief judge was coordinated by the secretary to the state government, Ayoade Folashade.
I, Josiah Majebi, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as acting chief judge of Kogi State.
Governor Bello reiterated his commitment to fostering equality and merit. He said this was the fifth successive chief judge appointed during his administration. He said that the selection of chief judges in his administration has strictly been based on merit, emphasizing that only the next in line, irrespective of tribe or religion, emerges, and that the selection of Justice Majebi was no different.
I am only concerned that they achieve the office by merit above all else. Plato said, and I quote, "It is right to give every man his due," end of quote. And Cicero reiterated that, and I quote, "The aim of justice is to give everyone his due," end of quote. The Bible also warned in the book of Lamentations, chapter 3 and verses 36, that, and I quote, "To subvert a man in his cause, the Lord does not approve," end of quote. Accordingly, these 4 times that I have had the privilege of superintending the process as chief executive of Kogi State, I have made sure that no one whose turn it is was subverted. I have given my support to each successor to the office once the merits and equities of his claims are cleared. Whenever anyone noted that each of these law lords have been Christians, whereas I am a Muslim, I have had to say, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Praise be to God, the Lord of the universe. Except in the case of Honorable Justice Nasir Ajana, whom we painfully lost to the cold hand of death while in service, may his soul continue to rest in peace. We have had the joy of changing our chief judges only due to completion of year of service and retirement after the stipulated year of illustrious service.
Governor Bello said his administration will continue to work, fill the gaps and bring synergy between the executive, the legislative and the judicial arms of government.
We have now sworn in the acting capacity Chief Judge Honorable Justice Josiah Joe Majebi, albeit in an acting capacity, and pending completion of the usual lawful processes by the National Judicial Council for the substantive affirmation. I have no doubt that Justice Majebi will also serve his state faithfully and illustriously, and in due time, by the grace of God, complete his tenure of duty in the public service and retire with honor and glory as substantive Chief Judge of Kogi State. I felicitate with the good citizen of Kogi State on this momentous occasion. I promise that my Lord has considerable experience and proven commitment to the joint ideals of justice and democracy, and that we can trust him to make sure that this reflects in the administration of justice in our dear states during his tenure.
He urged the acting chief judge to ensure the unity of the judiciary and interpret the rule of law, while charging other judges to support him in ensuring that the arm of government was taken to greater heights.
I also promise that we shall not relent in making governance work for you till the very last second of our time in office. All that the request is your continuing support and prayers. In conclusion, I enjoin his lordship as the head of Kogi State Judiciary to deploy his wealth of experience to ensure that our justice is equal for all, irrespective of who they are, and that the rule of law prevails each time, irrespective of vested interests.
In his vote of thanks, Justice Majebi thanked the governor for finding him worthy to be appointed as acting chief judge of the state. He promised to discharge his duties to the best of his abilities.
The people of Kogi State, that I shall uphold the tenets of every word in the oath I have just taken to the best of my ability. Your Excellency, sir, let me just take this time to appreciate you for your financial support to see that my wife was alive. Well, you tried your best. You paid all the medical expenses. The God says it was time, and she left. She went. I'm very grateful, sir. My entire family appreciate you. I pray that the Lord will continue to honor you and keep you sound and safe for humanity. I appreciate and acknowledge all the past and present head of courts, particularly my immediate predecessor, Honorable Justice Richard Olong, retired. I appreciate you. I also appreciate all the head of courts, the Grand Cadi, and the President of the Customary Court of Appeal. I appreciate all of them, and all the government functionaries present here. I acknowledge and recognize the support and affection of all my learned brothers in all the three courts, the honorable judges of the High Court, Cadis of the Sharia Court of Appeal, and judges of the Customary Court of Appeal. I also appreciate all the staff of the judiciary of the Kogi State.
Justice Majebi also stated that his roadmap will be the strengthening of judicial integrity by ensuring a corrupt-free Kogi State judicial arm, while he intimated the governor of his plan to inaugurate a council of judges that would, alongside himself, take critical decisions. The swearing-in of Justice Majabi followed the retirement of the immediate past Chief Judge, Justice Richard Olorunfemi. Khadijat Mohammed, reporting for MLC TV.
Justice Olukayode ARIWOOLA is expected to be sworn in as the Chief Justice of Nigeria after the sudden resignation of Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad as the head of the nation's judiciary. Justice ARIWOOLA is currently the most senior justice of the Supreme Court. The media aide to the CJN, Ahuraka Yusuf Isa, who confirmed the resignation of Justice Tanko Muhammad as CJN, hinted that the swearing-in of the new CJN was slated for Monday afternoon. Justice Muhammad was said to have resigned his appointment as the head of the nation's judiciary on health grounds. It will be recalled that the CJN was last week accused of corruption and professional misconduct by 14 of its brother justices of the apex courts. Justice Muhammad was said to have resigned on Sunday, but the news of his resignation became public on Monday morning. It was gathered that the CJN, who was billed to declare a workshop organized for judges opened at the National Judicial Institutes, was represented at the event by Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Suleiman Galadima. Recall that the CJN, in his response to the protest letter by the Justice of the Apex Court, said the action of the Justice amounts to dancing naked in the marketplace and absolved himself of any wrongdoing. The Kogi State Governor YAHAYA Bello has signed the Violence Against Persons Prohibitions Bill into law. The signing of the bill was disclosed by the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice during the swearing-in of the Kogi State Acting Chief Judge. Speaking on the signing of the bill, Abu Michael, on behalf of the VAPP Steering Committee for the signing of the bill, described the signing as a gift that the governor has bequeathed to the people of Kogi State. Abu described the bill as good for the people of Kogi State, expressed appreciation that the state has joined other states in the signing of the bill. He maintained that the bill has all it takes to protect citizens against violence of any kind, described the law as one that matters and very important to the states. Abu expressed appreciation to Savannah Center for Diplomacy, Democracy and Development for the support which led to the signing into law. Abu commended Eunice Abimbola Agbogun, Executive Director, challenged Parenthood Initiatives for sponsoring the bill, praised her painstaking efforts to see that it was signed by the State Assembly. He was full of praises for the Secretary of Kogi State Government, Dr. Folashade Ayoade Arike, the Commissioner for Justice and all other top government functionaries that helped in drumming support for the signing of the bill. He further thanked members of the State's Steering Committee for their efforts in advocating for the signing into law the VAPP bill. The bill was passed by the Kogi State House of Assembly and has been assented to by the governments of Oyo and Osun states have concluded arrangements to award contracts for the reconstruction of the Oshogbo Iwo Ibadan Road. The Commissioner for Works in Osun State, Remi Omowaye, and his Oyo State counterpart, Kehinde Shongo-Doyin, announced this at a joint press conference in Ibadan. Omowaye said the two states had held meetings and they had agreed that the project would start in July. He stressed that the determination to improve infrastructure and deliver good governance were the factors driving the two governors. He explained that the road project was to foster regional integration, boost food production, and improve security along the core projects. Omowaye added that the two governments would meet again to deliberate on modalities for the project's implementation, including cost implication, duration, and the contractors to be awarded the projects. The two Ibadan Road has the best alignment in the southwest. They started the discussion on reconstruction about a year ago. They have meetings about 3 times. On his part, Shongodoyin said reconstructing the road would also increase business opportunities in the two states and boost their economies. The National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons in Abuja directed all privately run rehabilitation shelters and homes for trafficked persons nationwide to obtain clearance certificates within 30 days or risk shutdown. This is according to a statement signed by the agency's head press and public relations, Stella Nezan, titled Regulation 2019 NAPTIP Issues 30-Day Ultimatum to Private Shelters and Rehabilitation Homes. The statement read, the ultimatum, which takes effect from Wednesday, June 29, 2022, was handed down by the Director General, Dr. Fatima Waziri Azi, at the weekend in Abuja at a meeting with a segment of the agency stakeholders. The DG also disclosed that the agency is closing in on travel agents and tour operators involved in the recruitment of Nigerians for labor outside the country. Educational excursions, cultural, music excursions and competitions with children outside the country without obtaining the requisite clearance certificates from NAPTIP. Explaining the rationale for the ultimatum, Waziri Aziz said unscrupulous persons hide under the facade of being travel agents, tour operators or recruiters of labor to deceive, defraud, and lure naive victims to foreign countries for the purpose of exploitation, which takes the form of sexual exploitation, forced labor, debt bondage, slavery, and removal of organs. She further explained that the regulation empowers the agency to charge an administrative fee for the issuance of clearance certificates. We go on a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now on politics. Following last month's judgment by the Supreme Court, the leadership of the ruling All Progressives Congress has affirmed Daniel Nwafor as the party's chairman in Imo State. The party sacked the McDonald Ebere-led state executive and gave Nwafor the mandate to take charge of its administration until his tenure ends on July 31. The Apex Court had on May 28 given recognition to Nwafor, who belongs to the faction of former presidential aspirant Rochas Okorocha, as the authentic APC state chairman. The statement read, I write to convey the decision by the leadership of the party to comply with the Supreme Court's judgment on the case between the APC versus Evan Ewerem and two others, which ordered for the reinstatement of Daniel Nwafor-led executive of the party in Imo State. Now on crime news. The Nigeria Customs Service (NCS) Ogun 1 Area Command has impounded two long trucks suspected to be that of Dangote Cement Factory, Ibesi, Ogun State. The trucks were loaded with bags of smuggled foreign rice at the time they were intercepted. Addressing newsmen at the command headquarters in Idiroko border, the controller Bamidele Makinde said he could not confirm whether or not the trucks belonged to Dangote Cements, saying most of owners of the trucks might be franchise of the factory. Makinde said that each of the two trucks were conveying 882 bags of 50 kg foreign parboiled rice along Abeokuta axis when his officers stopped them. Between the months of May and June 27, it was stated that a total of 8,417 bags of rice were seized by the NCS in Ogun. He disclosed that the command generated a total sum over 12.8 million naira from importation and auction sales of petrol intercepted at different locations and exit points to the Republic of Benin during its anti-smuggling operations. Now on sports. President President of the Nigerian Football Federation and FIFA Council member Ahmadu Melvin Pinnick has told the Super Falcons of Nigeria to bulldoze their way to a 10th African title when they participate in the 12th Women Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco next month. Pinnick spoke while hosting the 9-time champions to a special dinner at the Eco Hotel and Suites, Victoria Island, Lagos. Pinnick's dinner guests included NFF Executive Committee member and chairman of the Nigerian Women Football League, Aisha Falode, head coach Randy Wardrum, and his assistants, 25 players and Super Falcons backroom staff. Meanwhile, the Super Falcons contingent has landed in Casablanca and already moved to Morocco's administrative capital, Rabat, where the team will camp for 7 days before their crunch opening match of Group C against South Africa's Banyana in the same city on Monday, 4th July. The Falcons will also play Botswana Thursday, 7th July and Burundi Sunday, 10th July in the group phase. All 4 semi-finalists in Morocco will qualify to represent Africa at the FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand next year, with the 5th place team handed an opportunity to also gain a place through a playoff tournament taking place early next year. And that is the size of our package today. Join us tomorrow, this same hour, to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Malachi TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, and Twitter at MLC TV1. For your events, coverage, information, contribution, adverts, and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Fridays and Saturdays to watch our special programs. Fridays 9 p.m. Local Government and You, Saturdays 7 p.m. Family Affairs, Saturdays 9 p.m. Political Arena, and Sundays 6 p.m. Women's World. It is Malachi TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Jane Balagbubu. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a united and peaceful society together. Good evening and bye for now.